Murim Psychopath is an isekai where the MC is a psychopath. Literally. God, I'm so creative. No, honestly, this guy really lives up to his name. I mean, just look at this story introduction. We start off with him playing this Murim SAO-esque game. He then gets off the game to see the news of a kidnapping. The one he's responsible for, as he's currently torturing and holding this man captive. But the victim's actually a serial killer though. Wait, is serial killer hunting other serial killers? I know exactly what type of glue you sniff. So his whole philosophy is that he's only going after people that he deems as predators, which includes mostly murderers. And yeah, he's been hunting for a long time. Got a whole mountain of bodies. Yo, I don't remember Big Bro Kirito doing all that. But before he can finish the guy off, his entire operation gets busted and the police raid his apartment. They tell him to surrender. He doesn't. Instead, he just starts monologuing about his whole predator and herbivore ideology. But just look at them. They couldn't care less. So after realizing that, he smashes this guy's head in like it's whack-a-mole. And in turn gets shot in the head as well. And in his final moments, he thinks, if I get another chance at life, I hope I get reincarnated into a world where I can kill to my heart's content. You know, like Murim Online. What, that actually worked? He gets his wish and is reincarnated into the body of this frail abused boy. And just look at him, he's actually crying tears of joy, cackling to himself like a maniac. So he gets the memories of this body beamed into his head. He realizes that if he doesn't do anything, he's cooked. Because this boy was literally beyond fodder, getting treated like actual dirt by all his superiors and even those beneath him in rank. By the way, if you don't know what Murim is, then I'm not gonna explain all of that to you. It's basically just the martial arts world. You know, Chinese. Okay, back to the story. Oh my god, he's killing him! But he was one of his abusers, and was probably gonna do the same. So he just stabs his neck with a broken shard of a bowl, and just goes apeshit on him. He seems to derive a whole lot of pleasure from this. Which makes sense, hunting predators seems to be the thing that makes him the most fulfilled. Anyways, he then casually stores his body in his inventory. Okay, no, that's cool. Because what I haven't mentioned yet is that he still has the system of the game he was playing. He then actually pretends to be this mute boy, so his superior would lower his guard. He makes him go to a brothel and follows closely. And the moment he was the most vulnerable, he just strangles the guy. He then props the body up to make it seem like a suicide. We then get this huge lore dump about the Dunri clan, which I couldn't be bothered to explain to you. All you need to know is they're pretty strong, and our main character being a part of the clan has been going around killing a bunch of the members to level up. But what do you mean we get a time skip and our boy already has 100 bodies? So this high official goes to investigate these supposed suicides. You know, because it's just a tiny bit suspicious when so many people all of a sudden just decide to self-destruct themselves. Welp, these guys press our main character with the intention to kill him, but he summons a weapon out of his inventory and just murks them. Everyone except for one person. And our MC is like, if you tell me everything about the Black Society, I won't kill you. And he's like, okay, I'll tell you everything. Here, that's everything I know. And the MC just says, hey dude, guess what? I lied. So he now has a new target. And he knows that when he levels up, his previous injuries are all healed. Oh yeah, and he also admits a bright light. Then he gets pressed by the Elder. But he's like, yeah, never mind, you couldn't have killed them. You're weak. Afterwards, we get a random time skip, and he's now become the righteous nameless swordsman. Wow, that nickname is way too long. He's earned that name because he's taken out a bunch of the bad factions. And the one he's facing right now is the only one left. He makes his way to the clan head, and they fight. But look at these over-exaggerated faces. I am genuinely so done with them. And I'm not even talking about those kinds of faces. I'm talking about the tongue-out, laughing maniacally villain face. This kind of face exactly. All they serve to do is make the manhwa seem infinitely more edgy than it already is. Like, yeah, we get it. These guys are evil. You don't have to shove it in our faces every time. Anyways, he defeats the old head by using his inventory to get the edge. He ends him and levels up. He then moves on to the next stage in search of more powerful prey. So we switch locations. Because his superior orders him to help accompany this horse as a congratulation gift for a marriage in one of the clans. We then get introduced to this prodigy, just for him to get instantly noticed by Grandpa over here. Grandpa then aura farms a bit, takes a look at the MC, and is like, after you delivered this horse, you're gonna be part of my clan. You know, normally you ask, but no, do whatever you want, I guess. At night, he then tests out the limits of his inventory. And he realizes, oh wait, this is busted. And then says, it's a divine art. The inventory divine art. Okay, dude, chill out. He realized he's Minecraft now and immediately started thinking he's a god. Afterwards, Grandpa just flexes his aura and is like, I'm gonna give you a name now and make an official part of this clan. And use these pins in a ritual on you. And look at his face, he's realizing there's genuinely levels to this. Like bro, nah, these edibles ain't shit. Turns out the old man recruited him because our main character is actually super special. He completely lacks the pathways that every human without exception has. We then finally arrive at the Namgun clan. Don't worry about the name, I'll never mention it again. We then meet this pretty boy who's supposedly really strong and is gonna marry the clan head's daughter. But pretty boy is actually planning to overthrow the clan. The MC figured that out because the system notified him that several high-level enemies were nearby, which makes him realize pretty boy over here is planning a coup. I mean, it's more a massacre, but that's just semantic, I guess. And at this prospect, the MC, of course, is in pure glee. So in order to alert the elders, he massacres all the guards and makes totems out of their body parts. Because yeah, that was the only logical response. Just look at this creepy look on his face. So he then beats one of the most powerful guards by sacrificing both his arms to catch him off guard by using a sword from his inventory, to pierce his skull by spitting it out of his mouth. And in this process he levels up, regenerates his body parts and emits a huge light, thus alerting the elders of the suspicious movement. I suppose that's one way of handling that. Anyways, the clan ends up completely surrounded by the heavenly demon castle. You know, they're just the people with pretty boy. Speaking of him, they figure out, wait, you're a traitor. So he just murks the guards trying to apprehend him. And, oh come on. This is just too much. Like, bad guy, but Korean. Grandpa's like, yo no, you can't just kill them. They fight, we learn that pretty boy is actually a shapeshifter. He escapes. And the elder makes a plan that involves them running away by using civilians as meat shields. Little side tangent. We meet this dude who's also really powerful. And he sees the shapeshifter shapeshift into a girl and is like, oh, you're looking fine. He responds with, what? And the dude just says, women, men, I don't care. Oh damn, I didn't know the bad guys would chill like that. Back to the main plot. The ships the elder used for the escape plan, they get intersected and a fire arrow rain just pours down on them. So basically everyone gets massacred, and the grandpa leaves the main character behind to fend for himself and escapes to the shore with his granddaughter. The MC though doesn't really care, it's actually kind of part of his plan. Because these ships are basically an EXP farm for him. So our dude goes on a killing spree. He disguises himself as one of the dudes who was attacking the ship. He even goes after one of the superiors I mentioned beforehand. The one who investigated him. Yeah, in his last moments he realizes, you really did kill all of them. Which is probably one of the worst ways to go out. This just shows he doesn't care at all. He is double-crossing while double-crossing. Just picking off anyone that isn't careful enough. So I think we figured out that this dude is clinically insane. Everything he does is self-serving. Brody has an allegiance to the grind and that's all. So the manhwa itself is pretty edgy. And the villainous expressions were starting to annoy me so much. Also, sometimes the chapters were really disjointed. Which was obviously done on purpose, but it made the pacing feel off at some points. Still, to me, this was kind of entertaining, so 3 singular fries out of 1.